Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to our draft review, watching the best games of each prospect the Bengals drafted, and then we'll get to undrafted guys too. We've already done, well, I guess in this series, we did Demetrius Knight, and then we did Dylan Fairchild. But we've already done an episode on Shamar Stewart back before he was drafted. I think it was after the Combine. So that's from February. And that was one of his best games against Arkansas. I think he had 7 pressures in that game. So that's a game worth watching and going back to see that. So the next guy we have here on Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. Sometimes I forget to say that. You know that? This is a very difficult job. But the next guy is probably a guy who doesn't have a clear path to playing time right away, right? The Bengals had a very high opinion of Barrett Carter. In fact, if Demetrius Knight wasn't there at 49, or if they traded back from 49 and ended up in the maybe 50s or 60s, Barrett Carter was a real option for them. They liked him a lot. It was Knight. The next guy on their board at linebacker was Barrett Carter. And they were able to get him in the 4th round. But typically, 2 linebackers are going to play the majority of the game. When you do go into a 4-3 defense, is it going to be Carter right away? Will it be Oren Burks? Technically, Jermaine Pratt's still on the roster. I'm not expecting him to be much longer. We don't know when that'll happen, but anytime now. Maybe even before you see this episode. Sure, it's possible. So what are the Bengals getting with Barrett Carter? It's a guy they like. They find a way to get him on the field because they like him so much. We're talking about another young, athletic, good-sized linebacker that runs around the field with high energy. I think that fits what the defense was looking for. We've got Barrett Carter from Clemson against Wake Forest. So we're in Wake Forest. Barrett Carter here wearing number 0 for the Clemson Tigers. Staying in orange, BC Barrett Carter becoming a Cincinnati Bengal, a CB, not a cornerback. And he stays a Tiger. Reading the read option there, or the jet option here, as the guy comes across, you got to be aware of what could go to the left. Got a lot of motion, a lot of picking through as the run goes the other way. This is going to be a 26-minute video, okay? 49 snaps in this game for Barrett Carter. I think he gets targeted in coverage based on PFF 3 times. I think he makes 6 tackles, 3 defensive stops. It's a little bit more action than the Demetrius Knight game, but Knight had a lot of mental reps and pass protection in that one. How many other Clemson guys did we have this year? Mickens, right, at safety. That's right. He went much later than I expected. See here, more motion out of Wake Forest. Carter playing very, very aggressive towards the line, attacking the line of scrimmage on all 3 plays so far. He's on the left side there at 0 with the long turf tape. And he's going to attack this right guard right away and take the fight to them, as we watched with, and he's going to throw this guy down. You watch that? You keep your eyes on him. Watch him as he gets 70, and then he's still going. Carter's still fighting. So you get that nastiness with him. Spacing him out in coverage here. He's probably got the slot receiver. Eyes on him as we got the out route. Good job by Carter. Did you see him there as the cut? Going to flow with it. Take underneath. And a nice tackle over the middle of the field. I feel like we've watched a lot of Clemson over the years. They've been a good team, obviously, but Miles Murphy and Brian Brzee were 2 guys we heavily focused on. All right, so we're going to see Carter dive inside here and get swallowed up by the offensive lineman. So eyes on Carter right there, 0. As he dives inside, he's going to take the fight to that lineman and get really, I think his eyes are so far in the backfield here. Let's see if he sees where this play is. Yeah, he just never gets off that block, never gets fully into that lineman and allows himself to get swallowed up. when you kind of attack with your arms down like that and they lock you up, it's why you either avoid it or hit them with power. Or, I guess, long arm their asses and sorry, excuse me. I don't mean to. Football gets you excited. Or long arm them and keep them at bay so you can make a play and then slip away from them when the ball carrier is coming. Playing his zone responsibility. We got a slant going the other way, all the way. The quarterback never looked Carter's direction. I thought he was the one knifing under. I actually lost him here. All right, so 0 in the middle. Got to run inside here. Okay, so he takes the inside. I couldn't tell. I actually thought he was this guy running, 15, I think it is, now that I see him. But Carter comes up this way here. This guy ends up inside. So it made me kind of nervous that the running back was going to squirt out this way as the play was going on. Don't remember this game. So Carter fighting. You got to fight through the trash as a linebacker. Do you scrape over the top here? Do you go underneath? Or do you just end up making contact with multiple people because your eyes are so fixated on the backfield? You will see that with Carter at times. All right, he's out wide here, outside. We got the tight end coming in motion. Carter's going to blitz. No, he's going to run. Man coverage. Nice fake out there. He really made it look like he was going to blitz. And as he sees here, we got man. There's no one going to have this running back. I don't know if he's checking off of this or if he's thinking if the running back protects, I blitz. If he doesn't, I got to turn, flip my hips, and run with him. And he does. Really good job for Carter in coverage there. He's got a really good build, right? He looks very strong, very lean. Yeah, that ball's nowhere near him. I would have liked to seen a better throw to see if we can get Carter to make a play on the ball because he had really good coverage there. He's back in the middle here. Coming downhill. There you go. Yes. So again, we're attacking the line of scrimmage. This time, they're not going to get to him at the second level. The linemen aren't. I don't know why they are so fixated on. I know why. I see the center now. So the center ends up going all the way out to get this defensive tackle. And by then, it's too late. Carter just steps up, fills the hole, makes the tackle. If you don't want to block him, if you don't put a hand on him, he is an athlete. Solid tackler, too. He doesn't miss too many. He saw a false start. Yep, we got a false start. So we will skip ahead. Okay, Carter. Let's see again here, the route combo. As one guy hooks up underneath. So basically, they're going to send a guy this way, hook this guy, and send this guy that way. And it's a spacing combination. Hopefully, you get this guy to go this way. Maybe Carter goes wider this way or stays depth this way, and you just hit the curl. But anyway, Carter is on this pretty quickly, right on the hip of 5. And so even if the quarterback wanted to throw it, and I think we'll see from the other angle, I want to see if the quarterback's eyes did go on 5 at all. Because Carter was on it very, very quickly. That would be 3 routes now that I really liked him. So there's the quarterback's eyes. Yep. He's hoping to hit that. And Carter's just on him. So that's 3 good coverage plays so far for Carter with that out route initially to the slot receiver, that one right there, and then the wheel route from the running back. Little RPO play here. Carter doing his job, seeing the running back, ball gets pulled out, and then goes the other way. So I'm going to skip the plays where he's not directly involved now that we've got our eyes calibrated. Nice. See, this ends up not being thrown in his direction, but you've got, again, the trash and having your eyes in the right spot for Carter here. They're trying to pick him with number 5 here and then get the running back out. And his eyes are so fixated in the backfield that I think it betrays him once in a while. And you'll see right here as he goes, oh, get caught in the trash. Linebacker's job is to avoid that trash and come out as clean as possible, as often as possible. They're trying to tie you up. They're trying to get you to misstep, have a false read, delay yourself just a second. You got to have the awareness of what's going on around you so you see it in your peripherals and anticipate it too. I mean, you start to understand, you see that guy come in motion, how they're stacked or how the split is, and you're like, okay, they're probably going to do this. And that was a long RPO, as long as I've ever seen. Quarterback's just holding that ball. O-line's not going downfield. Everyone's just kind of holding themselves up, and we get a batted ball. All right, Carter in the middle of the defense. We got a run play. Come on, Carter, chase it down. Oh, not entirely his fault here, but I'm noticing a trend again here. So let's go back all the way. I want to be able to point him out and show you again here. So he's right in the middle. You see that yellow arrow? His angle, right? I understand why he's coming up initially because he's thinking, well, like the quarterback could keep it, right? The quarterback, this DN could be out here. The quarterback could keep it, so he's got to stay in the middle. But as soon as this guy's bounced out now, he should be clear. And I think he can tell now at this point that the running back's got the ball. You got to change your angle and we got to get to the sideline, right? You have to protect inside, and you got your other guys out here that should see it and get to the sideline as well. But he's got to be able to change his angle here, I would say. And he does within the next few steps. But again, what happened? He ended up getting picked off by that number 5 again. And that running back, if he had if he didn't turn like a boat, he'd be able to rip that one up the sideline. So let's watch Carter again. His eyes not seeing through his peripherals here that there's a chance that he's going to get picked off by one of these blockers. So I think we've seen that a couple, if not 3 times, depending on how we want to count the first one. Get a deep ball here. Nothing really for Carter to do. And looks like it was completed. We aren't going to spend too much time on that one. Keep it moving. Looks like he's back in the middle of the defense. Run in the middle. Nope. Yeah, he's going to give it to him. This is a weird offense for Wake Forest. They will hold that RPO forever. Carter gets involved on the tackle there, sort of. He never goes to the ground, but he holds up his man. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. It's so hard to evaluate. All right, we got a blitz. Carter blitzing. Yes. Oh, it's a screen. He recognizes the screen pretty quickly, right? He recognizes about right there that, whoop, they let me through just a little too early. Interesting, though, that the screen was going to the right. I mean, it's open to the left if you have any option there. They don't. But he recognizes it, peels off. He was going to go, if there was a guy there to catch that ball. If it was going to 1, I guess. So what am I evaluating here? How quickly does he recognize, right? What's his get off like? What was his avoiding the blocker there? The blocker's letting him go. What is this screen? We talked about it before. Let the guys go, and then you get out in front, you create a wall. So they're letting him go there, and then he recognizes it. I could have used him to where's the running back at that point, but he kind of just stopping is half the battle because then you got to change direction and be an athlete. All right, another blitz. Was running back staying in. Running back was able to block him. Well, nice hands catch. Touchdown. 5. Okay, we got some blocking out of 5. Now we got a nice catch. Eyes on Carter, though. He's reading the running back. Running back blocking. Yes, okay, I'm going. I'd like him to actually beat him, though. Oh, yeah. Touchdown. You ever play Where's the Sniper when you're watching film? No. Just all cameras. Sometimes you'll see them up there. That is a sniper. Sometimes you'll see them. Second quarter, Barrett Carter, number 0. Communicating, getting them to the right spot. They shift their D-line over. Now they've got 5 guys on the line, with Carter being the edge guy. And they went up front, 1-on-1. Carter just going around the outside. He'll be to our left as they shift everyone down. You bring the linebacker to end. Who won there? I want to see what happened again. I saw a guy laying on the ground. Oh, the nose. Look at the nose. Right in the middle on 74. Oh, yeah. Write that down. Number 19. That's for next year. Maybe. I don't know. Could be a freshman. I have no idea. But remember that. On it again as they're going picked off. What is QB doing here? I mean, that middle of the field is closed all the way. Carter's getting some blocking. The turf monster gets the safety. Let's see here. Carter to our left. 0. Recognizes what's happening. Jumps on that route, which the quarterback now takes his eyes back to number 2 over the middle. Number 3 coming over the top. Right at him. I mean, it's never even there. Carter blocking, though. Let's see. Before 18 just falls. 14-7. Clemson is up. Carter got sucked up to the inside there, and the run goes to his side. So let's see what happens here. He's on our left. 0 there. We got inside handoff. We got a little jet action. This guy's going to go left. Number 2 is going to go back right. Is the handoff going that way? No. We do pull. It looks like the tight end is going that way. So Carter here, I think he sees it, eyes on. For some reason, dives back that way. Don't know why. And this is part of the running back linebacker tango, is the running back is going to try and manipulate this linebacker and get him out of the way. Whether that's I'm going to press all the way this way to get you to go this way, and then I'm going to cut back that way on you, or sometimes it's just a slight and then go that way just to get you to dive back that way before I hit out. So it's Giovanni Bernard was great at this. It's why he could be smaller and not the fastest dude, but he was so hard to see behind the line because he'd set you up, he'd press the hole so well, he'd manipulate linebackers. And I don't know if the running back, it was that hesitation. There it goes again. So let's watch it again. Watch how the running back hesitates a little bit, and it gets Carter to. It's a really good run by the back. He moved Carter out of the potential hole, created the hole, and then hit it. Good patience. These are things we did not see so far with Demetrius Knight. Why I did have Knight higher than Carter when I watched film was that I thought Knight saw it clearer, and had better vision overall of where the ball was. I think Carter is a better athlete than Knight is, and I think Knight's a good athlete, but I think Carter is a really good athlete. I think Carter is a pretty good blitzer. Knight is as well. I think Carter could be better in man coverage than Knight is. Knight's probably better in zone. Here we go again. They're going to try and pick him off, and we got to play on the ball. Great. So again, I like Carter in coverage. We've got quite a few plays in coverage so far. Here he is. He recognizes about right now what's happening. And he goes, okay, I can't get caught up this time because we've seen that. I think now at this point, Wake's like, we got to run this again and see if we can get this 0 to get caught in trash. He goes around, gets around. Really good job. Looks fast, athletic, turns. All right, the ball's got to be coming now. Let's see how he plays it on the reverse angle. They throw a flag. I do not care. I need to see the guy even get there, first of all, and not leave that guy wide open. So let's watch Carter again. And before we even decide if it was a flag or not, we got to watch the play. Good job. Quick reaction time there. Oh, yeah, he's diving into him. I get why it's a flag. It's a flag. So we don't get too many chances to see linebackers play the ball and play it with their back to the ball. This is something you see with corners a ton, and you can really evaluate it and put weight on it. Carter there, we'd like to see him play that ball or play the hands better and time it a little bit better. So that was a worthy flag. Despite really liking the way he got into position, we got to play that ball better. There we go. That linebacker. I thought the running back was taking it up the middle. I thought Carter was seeing it very well again here. Watch this running back again. That's why he wears number 1, huh? This might be a good running back. Okay, you're dead to rights, right? We have opened the gates. Carter is coming downhill. You see him right there. And the running backs, their eyes are locked at the opposite end of the dance floor, and they're going to meet in the hole. And then there goes the running back to the left. Let's see how it happened again here. Just make that linebacker hesitate just a little. Guard or the centers, whoever 77 is, peeled off, took them, and now the running back's hitting. I'm going to play it one more time full speed. And even there, the running back dipping away from those guys, just sidestepping away from the tackles. I like the way he runs so far. Don't know who he is, though. All right, Carter back in the middle. We run all the way outside. Let's see if he can get on your horse. Go, go, go. I need to see him finish. We got 2 Clemson players rolling on the ground over there. They ran right into each other. Okay. I'd like to see Carter fire and play with a little bit of intensity here. Finish this play. Because this guy could cut it back at any moment. He's going all the way outside. I mean, he probably felt that the defense had him. I get it. From that angle, that was different. I would like to see him play a little faster there, harder. But I get why. All right, we got a blitz. Oh, we're looping around. Close. Picked off. That is intercepted. Yes, it is. So we got pressure on the quarterback. Let's watch Carter. He's in the A gap to the left. And he's going to loop all the way back around to the right. And there he goes. Very good. Very tight. I like, some guys will be loose with it and come all the way out here. And that's like 3 extra steps you don't need. Carter was very straight and around this corner. You see the angle of it too. We talk about defensive ends in that type of angle. I mean, he's running at a great angle there to turn this corner. So I like that. Shows good athleticism. Gets picked up ultimately. But I think that quarterback thought that pressure was coming for sure. Quarterback didn't even get touched. He rushed that throw. 21-7, Clemson over Wake Forest. This running back's fighting through it. Let's see what Carter does. We've seen this play before. Number 1, we saw this exact same play, right? We're going to bring the guy in motion, then bring him back around and fake end around. And then it's just going to be an inside. Yeah, Carter finished the plays there. Good job. But I'm not sure that running back had any type of juice at all. All right, you all the way out wide? Nope, going to get on the slot now. Let's see, zone coverage. Good tackle on the boundary. You're one-on-one. You're by yourself. You're evaluating corners. I need to know if you can tackle. This is the time I need you to tackle. We got 2 Clemson guys right here spinning around, turning like, oh, we need to help our man. He is by himself. And that's a very good tackle. Number 10, Clemson. Write it down. We're going to keep it moving, though, because that play went away from Carter, and it didn't impact him. Carter's all the way out wide, covering number 30 here. Let's see. Go route? Nope. We got a quick pass and a flag elsewhere. We're not going to watch it. We're going to keep it moving. Carter again is coming out to cover. They use him a lot to cover, huh? Got 17 on the crossing route. Deep ball. Incomplete. I think this is a pretty easy cover for Carter. 17 doesn't look like he's even running fast, number 1. And if he's not fast, Carter's easily staying with him across the field. He's an easy mover. We can see that. And when he fires his gun to run, he looks fast, very fast. All right, inside run. Didn't see where Carter ended up in that trash. He might be on the ground. All right, 0 in the middle. Let's see what happens here. Again, we're locking eyes with that guy. 70 is going to peel off. Take it 270. Hit him. Now disengage if you can. He tried to. So what you saw there is he was low. He's going to hit a much bigger guy. That guy's got 80 pounds on him, and he's going to reach out and try and make a play. Being able to do that and not completely get swallowed up is a positive, but he does end up with this guy burying him into the ground. Good hustle there. He's got to protect the outside, and then the quarterback runs up the middle. He stays with the play. We'll keep it moving. Again, a super long RPO. What is this? This guy. That's not 5 again, is it? No, that's a different number. That dude, he caught that ball. He turned upfield fast. I'm going to watch that play just for that, even though Carter wasn't involved. 81, huh? Look at this right here when he turns it. Oh, yeah. That guy's fast. Yep. All right, where's Carter at? Switching him. A-gap, looks like. Nope, he's getting back now. Oh, no, he's coming. He is coming. Holding his ground against 70. Run blitzing. He's going to take it right to 70. Let's see if he gets off there, if he had a chance to make a play on that ball. Nope. Getting swallowed up a little bit on these. Got motion coming your way. Back. Yep. They've been doing that a lot. RPO again. All right, Carter, can you get over there? Touchdown by the tight end. Is this Carter's responsibility? This is interesting to watch here. All right, he's to the right side here. Where did the tight end even come from? He's 17 on the other side. Okay, so they really want you to eye this orbit motion. When you bring a guy across, everyone starts, they're making their checks. He's on this side now. Now he's going to come all the way across. The whole time they want your eyes on him, and it's really going to be, looks like 17 that's going to come all the way across. So they're hoping you lose 17 during this super long handoff. And you see Carter, his eyes are in the backfield. So we've got Carter, we've got the safety there. Someone's got to get 17. Once we realize what's going on, we're getting a quick dump off to him. Can you get there fast enough? They created enough trash with the receiver over the middle to slow everyone down. I'm not 100% that that's on Carter, but we could slow 17 down on that. You could put a shoulder into him, which is probably what the coaches would tell him afterwards. Nice coverage again for Carter. So as this guy's coming out, he can tell already. He's starting to settle down and look inside because the angle of this guy's route, instead of just flaring out completely. And if he does, it looks like we got zone over here. But as he comes up inside, Carter's going to jump on him. Watch him here. Watch how fast he flips his hips and reacts with the running back. That's good. Is that caught? That's fine. We'll take the minimal gain. Really good coverage for Carter here. Left side, number 0. He's got one. One's been giving him some trouble save. One can catch that ball away from his body like that and run the way he was. Yeah. Contested catch too. 1:21 left in the second quarter, I think. I think it was second. All right. Tight end ran right into him. Yeah, he was taking that route away. That's good coverage again. Was that false start? Yeah, he sees it. He's on it. Barrett's on it. It's in the middle there. Again. Quarterback's leaving the pocket and running. We got holding anyway. Nothing to really see from our perspective on that. We'll go to the next play. Go back just a bit so I can make sure they point out who Carter is. There we are. That's what I thought. Play going the other way. All right, we need a couple more plays here. 49 seconds. They're just trying to push this ball down the field. Carter's just playing his coverage. He's way out there again. Everyone's back. And they're running the ball here. Man, one staying on his feet. That was one again, I think. Carter comes across, helps clean up the tackle. I'm just watching one right now. Let's see it. Yeah, good contact balance. One. Good job for Carter coming all the way across, getting involved. There he is. He's Looks like zone then. He's going to take the receiver as the corner takes the... And he was all over him again. Carter's doing a good job in coverage. Really good job. Just that tight end coming across. Not really sure. He probably should put a shoulder into him if it's the safety's responsibility. Just to slow him down a little bit. Don't let him have a full speed run while everyone's standing still on the RPO. But every other play in coverage so far, he has been very good. Especially mostly man, I would say, or at least, yeah, majority. Okay, he's at the line now. Coming off the edge, helping make this tackle for a loss. So he's got to read the RPO here. The quarterback can keep it, read the unblocked defender based on what Carter does. So we'll see the point right here. If Carter would have slammed home like this, and it's really this guy doing it, that's why Carter doesn't. But Carter stays even this way, which means he's got the QB. So the quarterback reading him gives it to the running back. Does that make sense? That's how the quarterback reads it, by basically reading that unblocked defender. And Carter stays with it, flows down the line, and makes a tackle. Helps make a tackle for a loss. 3rd and 10 now, I believe. He's over the guard here. Is he going to blitz, rush? No, he's just covering the running back and playing contain on the quarterback. There he goes. And then he fires his gun. There's a sack for Barrett Carter in this one. Hey, you got to do this against Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes. You got to spy. And what does it mean to spy? Well, we want to keep these guys first containing in the pocket. So if we can keep these guys to rush in the middle, keep the quarterback in, these two are the ones that are going to spy. Typically it's just one, but they're only rushing 3. So one of these guys are acting basically as the other defensive tackle. Point being is the linebackers are going to watch the quarterback. They're going to watch the running back too. Make sure he's not if he's blocking, then we're going to continue to spy. If he goes out, one of them is going to run with him. But the idea is that if Barrett Carter is going to lock eyes with that QB, and if he runs, you run. You track him down, you chase him down. You're our best chance to keep the quarterback from running. So while everyone's going to rush and create a pocket for him, you're just going to fill in and stay with the QB. So you'll see here as we start going how the rush goes, as everyone's just right there. You see both 17 and 0 at linebacker, just kind of filling in, making sure if this quarterback wants to run out this way, you're going with him. If he wants to run out that way, you're going with him. So we're just spying him. You're going to do it against these athletic quarterbacks in the NFL. But once this chaos happens right there, and the O-line kind of split as they are now focusing on, they've already done their protection. Things have gotten crazy. We've had a missed sack there. Carter's going to fire his gun. What I mean by that is when you are ready, when you are sure of what's happening in front of you, and you make that decision, when you make the decision, that's firing your gun. And you got to do it fast and quick and go to 100 miles an hour as fast as you possibly can. Bang, go. And he does. And he makes the tackle. So, yeah, that sounds great. Let's get some guys that can do that and spy some of these QBs. Logan Wilson's done it. Remember, he did it against Josh Allen. We had Sam Hubbard do it against Pat Mahomes, too. Is this one again? It is one again. What is his name? I can't see it. Somebody let me know. Nice patience there. Whew. Lateral agility, some stiff arms, and then the top speed to get there to the corner. Yeah. All right. There's Carter. You didn't get fooled by one that time. Here we go. Number 0 in the middle. The run's going to go to our left. You see him dancing, right? Right away, Carter goes in this way. Now he's sticking out this way. Like, okay, which way are you going, number 1? Where are you going for me? Oh, there you are. Now I see. I can peek you from the backside there. Eyes locked in. Because this guy's got a clear path here. If he wants to shoot, number 1's ready to fire his gun now. Go ahead. Now Carter's going to do, good job by the nose, number 6. Of dancing with him as well. 6 did a great job here in run defense. Just staying 8. Number 8, just staying with it. Carter did a good job too. Nowhere for 1 to go. Not enough dancing. Or too much. Too much dancing. Didn't hit the hole at the right time. And Carter is able to clean it up. He's at the edge spot. Let's see if he rushes. Man, I thought the running back had the ball. I thought he got him. Oh. Is that 10 again? 10 made that nice tackle earlier, and this is a great play on the ball. Let's watch Carter blitz here from the right side. He's just holding him up in case it's a run. Good pickup by number 1. Hey, number 1. Again, good pass protection. We got this throw. Is that 10? Yes. I need to see it again. We're writing prospects down for 2026. Yes. Let's go. Carter, good job here. Recognizing the running backs going out to the flats. Easily flows with him. He looks fast doing this. It is no problem. Like you see, his foot hits the ground. He's moving. All right, only one down lineman. Carter in the middle there, spying again the quarterback. And we've got a pass defense and a flag. That's a late ball to try and throw a flag on. Looks like we may be getting some backup sprinkled in here as it's 42-14. And yes, that was it. That's why I noticed it. So that was Barrett Carter versus Wake Forest, the linebacker out of Clemson, the Bengals' 4th round pick. And if I had to rank, I said this, that, who plays the most of the Bengals rookies, I would actually probably have Carter last of the 6 guys. And why? Well, it's not that I don't like Carter. It's just that it's hard to get every linebacker on the field, number 1. But number 2, it's hard to have every linebacker be active. You got to be good in special teams. And I think Carter, at the very least, in the future, should be a very good special teamer with the way he tackles and runs. And his character seems like he would do it, no problem. But we know Shaka Hayward's good on special teams. We know that Mama John Meta is good on special teams. We know Oren Burks is good on special teams. So at that point, maybe you do keep them all if Carter's good right away and they're all active. But if not, those guys are probably active over Carter. And those 2 guys, the young guys, could take steps this next year in development. And then, in the summer, we look at him, we say, hey, John Meta, he's pretty good now. He's worth a roster spot. We're going to keep him on the roster all year long. No reason why he's not better than he was last year, right? So I could see Carter being behind them. But that doesn't mean in the future, maybe in 2 years, 3 years when Logan Wilson's gone, that you have Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter starting. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that Carter ends up being a better player than Demetrius Knight. I don't think that's crazy. He's much younger, right? He could develop into that in a couple more years. When he's 25, you might say, you know what? He's a pretty good player and he's startable. Linebackers in today's NFL has been a weird position for teams to draft. They haven't gotten it right. The Bengals have. It took a while. There were some rough patches there in the 2000s. But once we got to, the Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt, Akeem Davis-Gaither era, the Bengals have drafted a linebacker really well. And I think they did well here. Both guys were guys I liked. I liked them a little bit later. Carter in the 4th, no problem with. Demetrius Knight liked them a little later. This is more I want to focus on Carter. If you end up finding starters from the 4th round, that is normal. Teams do it all the time at linebacker around the league. So I could see that happening in a couple of years. But as of right now, where would you rank it? Who would you say would play the most? And where would Carter slot there? Out of the 6 rookies, would you say he can't be higher than 4, right? Because the other guys are going to play a ton. But is he behind Jalen Rivers? Maybe not. Is he behind Taj Brooks? I think it's easy to say or see a path for Brooks to be a running back number 2 on this depth chart. But we will get to Rivers next on the next episode of Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. Until next time, Uday.
Bengals fans, tired of the same old post-game chatter? Want real insight beyond the scoreboard? Then you need Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry, presented by First Star Logistics. Joe Goodberry isn't just a fan, he's a die-hard Bengals football analyst. Every week, Joe dives deep into the Bengals game film, breaking down the plays that mattered, revealing hidden strategies, and uncovering the true impact of individual performances. Get ready for post-game analysis like you've never heard before, player evaluations that go beyond the stats, and the most in-depth Bengals draft coverage on the internet. Don't just watch the Bengals, understand the Bengals. Subscribe to Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry on the First Star Media Group's YouTube channel. Get smart. Get obsessed. Get Bengals on the Brain.